Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Russell Dude YouTube channel for a very special little in-depth video here as part of the Collection Corner series where I get to show off all the cool stuff that I've added to my figure collections. Now, as you guys know, I have basically three major collections of mine. I collect Funko Pops, I collect wrestling figures, and the third collection is a very special collection to me. It is my Toy Story collection, and I've been trying to add as many characters from Toy Story as possible. And I've pretty much succeeded in that. Prefix, by the way, I only collect stuff from the first two Toy Story movies. 3 and 4, I like 3 and 4. It's just that I grew up with Toy Story 1 and 2. Toy Story 3 came out in 2010, which I guess, yeah, I guess that technically means I kind of grew up with it, but, child me is more tied to Toy Stories 1 and 2 than 3 and 4 as well. But like I said, I still enjoy those ones. But also, it's kind of good that I limited to 1 and 2 because hey, I guess it just means I don't have to spend too much money buying the stuff from 1 and 2 and then buying the stuff from 3 and 4. But yeah, it's a very good limit to just have 1 and 2. Anyways, long ramble over. On to what we're doing here today. Now, in one of my more recent episodes of the Collection Corner, I showed off that I had a pretty awesome package, which is exactly what we're going to be taking a more in-depth look at today, which is my custom Stinky Pete. Now, interesting thing, I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to slide in the stool here so that way we have Stinky Pete in the shot and I don't have to hold him up the entire time. Interesting thing with Stinky Pete, he is actually, I believe, the only, maybe second. No, I would still say, whoops, I would still say that one counts. He is the only, like, Toy Story character that has never had, like, a mass-produced, like, figure. Even Wheezy has, well, Wheezy's wasn't really mass produced, but even Wheezy still had like that crappy like Disney on Ice um, figure. I say crappy because obviously in recent times we've had a pretty awesome Wheezy action figure in the form of the one that I have in my collection from the great Cop on Instagram, who specializes in creating Toy Story figurines from scratch, which he did with that Wheezy. He made that 100% custom. Now, when I originally bought this Stinky Pete, I thought that I was also buying it from Cop, but turns out it was actually somebody else that actually just used the same sort of like materials and stuff like that that Cop did to create this for me. And I'm very happy with it, especially how it turned out. I think it looks great. Obviously, you can tell the box is 100% custom. Now, if I bring it in close, let's give you a little side preview here. Now, obviously, there are these little like bits where like the sides of the boxes kind of like show off this like weird little inside from where obviously, like I said, the box was 100% custom made. And honestly, I'm okay with that just because like it was probably definitely very very hard to create this box, so having these little areas where like the inner box is showing, I'm honestly okay with. I'm just shocked that they were able to find all these like PNG, or not PNG, JPEG images. Like, look at this for the back, they legit got the actual back for the prospectors like thing with like all the catchphrases listed and everything. It's got like all this information down here. It's pretty damn awesome. Did they? Yeah, they even got the bottom. I didn't even check the bottom before, but yeah, they even got Woody's Roundup on the bottom. They've got the Stinky Pete stuff on the top. And the perfect thing about this Stinky Pete, and it's a detail that I'm sure if they ever mass produced the Stinky Pete, I'm sure it's a detail that they would leave out. But the Stinky Pete box opens from the front, which is obviously a movie accurate thing. And obviously, Stinky Pete is not tied in. Oh my god, he's supposed to be mint in the box. Never opened, but we obviously just pulled him out right there. But yes, taking a closer look inside the box here. Oh wow, I didn't even notice that. Now, he does come with a pickaxe. The pickaxe obviously in the movie hangs on the wall. I had the pickaxe taped up with a piece of electrical tape, but somehow it fell. It's attached to the floor right now. Hold on. There we go. Okay, I had to do that very slowly, otherwise the tape would rip off some of the paper. But yes, that is his pickaxe. Again, 3D printed, 100% custom. I think it looks really good, very movie accurate. And then, yeah, this is just a piece of electrical tape, so that way I can hang the pickaxe on the wall, like it is shown in the movie. Other things that I want to show off about the front or inside the box are obviously this. We've got the custom, like, piece of clear plastic for the cover, 100% custom made. Inner workings with that nice wooded background, 100% custom made. Now this is pretty ingenious. So there's obviously in the movie there's this little mining like dish that I guess Stinky Pete as like a gold miner would like kind of sift through the rocks in the water to kind of look for gold. Now I was wondering how this is hanging up in the movie, and I was wondering how they were going to do this detail for the box. But it's actually pretty ingenious how they did it. They actually put a miniature little black magnet on the back here, and then underneath this piece of paper is another small magnet, and it's magnetized to the box. That's a pretty cool feature. I didn't even think about that. Um, Obviously, the more famous tool of Stinky Pete is his pickaxe, so it's very great that they got that included in here. But again, having the details of like the inside, having that whole design and having it open from the front, and having that little freaking dish like hang up on the wall like that is very cool. But let's move on to the main figure himself, the man of the hour, Stinky Pete. 100% custom made, like I've been saying time and time again. Everything that you see here was custom made, whether it be the fabric or the head or the hat. The hat, actually, now that I look at it, ooh, the hat, let's take it off here for a second. It is 3D printed. As you can see, there is a bit of a crack like right here. I'm guessing maybe that was a issue that happened during the 3D printing process, but it is very hard. Very, very hard, especially compared to some of the other Toy Story hats. But I do think they did a very good job, especially on the paint and stuff like that. And then if you ever want to see Stinky Pete without his hat on, that's what he looks like. He does, I'll be honest, he does look a little bit taller than he did in the movie. Maybe that's just the way that they did the stuffing. But yeah, I think it still looks very good, very good. All of the sewing and stuff looks great. You can kind of see if I pull down here on the neck and look behind, you can actually see where they like tied the head to the rest of the body, which looks very nice. But yeah, all this stuff was custom sewn, all the jean fabric and stuff like that. 3D printed, what would you call these? Buttons on the overalls look very nice. And obviously, like I said, the head is 3D printed and painted as well. And I think, I don't know if it's Cop that did the 3D modeling for this, but I think they did a bang-up job on it. Obviously, with all the more modern Toy Story toys that they've released, they've used in-movie models to model the figures after, so that way they can be more movie accurate. And I'm very happy that that was the same process going into the Stinky Pete figure, because it looks great. It looks pretty damn awesome and very, very movie accurate, especially when he has his hat on. I'm sure that was sort of a nightmare shot for you guys, just seeing him without his hat for that long. Now, I will say there are two things that are not movie accurate about this, and it's on the back. Number one, he does not have his pull string. Now, obviously, in Toy Story, Jessie, Woody, and Stinky Pete all have their pull strings in the back. Obviously, there is not one for this. Even if it wasn't a workable pull string, I kind of would have wanted it to have one just so it looks more movie accurate. And also, this is a very weird kind of detail to leave out. The pull string is one thing, but usually on Stinky Pete's back, there's like a little red thing of fabric. I don't know if, hold on a second, let me see if, oh, it's not even on this. I have this like little Stinky Pete action figure from like the Hasbro lines. Now, he has the pull string on his back, but usually, I don't know, maybe I'll do like a photo somewhere up here on the screen, but usually there's like a little piece of red fabric like on one of his cheeks. I don't know why whoever made this decided to leave that off. Just a very strange detail. But I won't dock it too much just because like this is being displayed in the box facing forward like even if he was out of the box displayed, he would still be facing forward. So it's not like it's gonna matter that much. That's also why I don't really dock it for not having the pull string on the back, because obviously it's gonna be facing forward. Now his hands are both like open grasp hands, so he cannot hold the pickaxe. Which, I mean, I'm cool with anyways. I mean, even if I wanted to have him hold the pickaxe, I could just use like clear tape. But yes, overall, still a very awesome figure to have, and honestly, a figure that I never thought I would have in my collection, just because like they had never made one before, and to be honest, it took me a while to convince myself to buy one of the custom ones, just because they're not cheap, but they're not cheaply made either. That's kind of the point that I came to in terms of like wanting to buy this. They're not a cheap price, but they're also not very cheaply made. These are made with a lot of time and effort and a lot of like detail trying to put into it. Obviously, like I said, some stuff got left out, but it's details that got left out that I'm not really too mad about. So I think this turned out to be very, very great, from the figure to the box to the small details. The shipping of it was really great. Like, it got here, and when I opened it up, there was so much bubble wrap and extra packaging, like trying to make sure. This thing came all the way from Portugal, and I live in Ohio, so from Portugal to Ohio, they packed this thing super safely. So I'm so glad that it got here in one piece, and it's now sitting in my Toy Story collection along with my others. And I don't know, maybe if you guys follow me on Instagram, maybe I'll do like a big group shot of all the Woody's Roundup gang, and we'll see all of them together. But yes, very cool figure, very awesome, very happy to the person that sold it to me. Like I said, it wasn't Cop that sold it to me, but I don't think that person has their own like account that they like promote, so I'm just gonna promote Cops down in the description, and if I forgot, please yell at me in the comments. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye! Alright, Stinky Pete, you're going back in the box.